service for Christmas time. I was 17 years old at the time. Did that for a little while, and they asked me if I wanted to try sales, and I was the worst salesperson in the world. Never sold anything in my life, so I figured I'd try it though. And I could sell the cheapest stuff all day long, but never knew how to sell the high-end stuff. Took me a while. So I did that for a period of time, worked in specialty for about 5.5 years. But started off, like I said, in delivery and service, worked my way into sales, became a manager, became a regional manager, and then I was hired on at Pacific Fitness as a sales rep at 21. I was with them for 2.5 years before we were sold to Pre-Core, and then I was with Pre-Core for 5.5 years. After Pre-Core, we started Health in Motion, and this has been around 14 years. So I've been a rep, or I've been in the industry for 25, and I've been a sales rep for about 20. It's a long time. Now, the biggest benefits about being a rep is we travel around the world, and we get to see the best salespeople, and we get to see the worst salespeople. And the nice thing about seeing the best salespeople in the industry is we get to learn from them. I consider myself one of the best thieves in the industry. I steal tons of information from these people, and then I pass it on to you. That's what my job is I get to steal and pass it. Now, the nice thing about that is seeing these people sell, I get to learn, I get to pick this stuff up, I pass it on to you, and hopefully you learn from this stuff that I bring to you today, and then I learn things from you. I watch how you interact with customers, I watch how you show stuff, so I feel like I'm always learning, I'm always picking up new things. So, when it comes to sales, these are some of the tips that I've seen some of the most successful salespeople in the industry use. These aren't my ideas. I like to take credit for them, but they're truly not my ideas. So, customer comes in, and how we greet a customer, to me, is one of the most important parts of the presentation, because that can make or break the sale. We've all walked into places where we felt almost a little uncomfortable when we've walked into a store. You walk in, and they make you feel like they're trying to sell you something. You know, put that kind of, I don't want to say that vibe out that these guys are sales guys and they're just trying to force something down your throat. We don't want that to be the case when they walk in here. First of all, you guys have a beautiful store. So that's a great impression right away. They walk in, they see it's warm, it's got a beautiful vibe to it. That's key to a lot of situations. But then again, how we communicate with them is also important. So if a customer walks into our store, we're going to greet them, hi, how you folks doing today? Or hello folks, how are you? You know, whatever, in your language, of course, not in American, not in English. So then we greet them. We let them walk into an area. Maybe they're looking for a gym, so they walk over to the gyms. And most of our customers will look at the prices, and then they'll settle on an area where they feel comfortable. How we approach them in the next step is very important. Because if I walk up to a customer and they're looking at a product and I say, can I help you find something, or can I help you? 9 times out of 10, they're going to go, no, I'm just looking. Because they don't feel comfortable. Now you're a salesperson in their mind. I prefer to talk to them a little differently. And where I've seen guys get really successful is they'll say things like, hey, did you folks come in to get a workout today? And they'll go, oh, no, we're just looking for a gym. And then you start talking, oh, well, who's the gym for? And then we can start talking. Maybe you comment on how beautiful the weather is. Maybe you comment on, oh, what's Segatron? Maybe you comment on a shirt they're wearing, clothing, the sports game that was on, the Olympics. There are many things that you can talk about that are not business related, that don't set us as salespeople. The whole purpose of us talking to customers is to help them. We are fitness consultants, we're not salespeople. That's the first thing that we have to understand is our job is to help people get fit. Most people, when they come in here, they're not in here to buy equipment, they're in here to buy fitness. They're in here to get healthy. So they're going to listen to what you have to say and hopefully pick the right product for them and their family. But if we can't talk to them because they feel like you're a salesperson, they're not going to buy. And a lot of times I know I've experienced it. I'll walk in, I might be looking for a TV or a car or whatever, and a salesperson will walk up to me, can I help you find something? I might have 15 questions and I might be looking for something, but my first reaction is, no, I'm just looking, because I don't want them to hassle me. So how we approach them is important. This is like your home away from home, and you want them to feel comfortable when they come into the store. So greeting is very, very important. That sets the tone, because if they laugh or if they're having fun or you're talking to them very comfortably, it's going to make the process much easier. They're going to open up to you much easier. That's why that first impression is so important. It's like meeting somebody for the first time. If you're going on a blind date, Male or female doesn't. If you meet that person and their teeth are dirty, and their hair's messed up, and they stink, you're probably not going to want to go out with them again. But if they look good, they're presentable, they're attractive, they're well put together, they speak well, you're probably going to go out with them. It's the same thing with this whole process. We have to give that first good impression. So once we get them talking, then we can start asking our questions. This is pre-qualification. To me, it's extremely important to ask a lot of questions, not only to the customer that's there, but to the potential people that are going to actually be using the product. So we're going to ask a series of questions to find out about those people. So again, customer comes in, hi, how you folks doing today? They walk over, they're looking for a gym. Oh, did you guys come in to get a workout? No, we're looking for a gym. Well, who's the gym for? Oh, it's for my wife and I. Do you two have any kids? We do. Boys, girls? Oh, we have 2 boys, 2 girls. Oh, great, 4 kids. Wow, you're busy. Do they play? So, I mean, I'm going to talk to them. This is like I would talk to my friends. Wow, you guys must be busy with, I mean, I would treat them like they're my friends because they're in my home right now. And I have to treat them like they're in my home. So I want to have that conversation with them. So what sports do your kids play? Do they play sports? Find out about the family. Here's the reason why. A lot of times when people think about fitness, they're thinking about it just for themselves, or maybe themselves and their wife. They're not thinking about their kids using the product. But if their entire family can use the product and see benefits, the product becomes much more valuable to them. They'll spend more money too because they're thinking, well, if my kids can use it, then it's worth me spending more money than just for my wife and I. So that's the other thing. And typically they're going to buy a better product because of it. Okay, so my first question is, who is it for? Now the questions I ask are very open-ended. I'm never going to ask a customer, what's your budget? Because what are they going to tell you? $100 bucks, $200 bucks. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And most people don't want to spend any money on this stuff. If you think about it, most customers, this to them is negative. When you ask somebody, why do they want to buy a piece of fitness equipment? Well, my doctor tells me I have to start exercising. I need to lose 30 pounds. I need to do this. It's always bad. It's never, oh, I love to work out. Who wants to wake up early in the morning and go and work out in the gym unless they feel like they have to? So it's almost, people would rather spend their money on TVs, cars, jewelry, purses, glasses, shopping stuff. They don't want to spend their money on fitness equipment. So when we ask budget, they're going to set the budget really low, even though it might be worth them spending a little bit more money for a better quality piece. So I never ask the budget question because a lot of times they don't know what the stuff costs anyway. Most of the time they'll tell you though. They'll even say, oh, we only want to spend $1,000 or we only want to spend a certain amount of money is what they'll say. I don't even listen to it because they don't even know what we have to offer, so I can't gauge. Some salespeople will take it right to what the price they're looking for. I don't even listen to them because my job is to educate them on what's available, and then they will set a budget based upon that. So again, first question, who's the product for? I'm asking open-ended questions. My second question, does anybody have any injuries I should be aware of? Bad knee, bad back, bad shoulder. It's important because if somebody has a bad knee, I want to know about, well, how'd you hurt your knee? Have you checked with your physician? What type of exercises do they want you to do? Also, you might find out that maybe they hurt their knee skiing. Maybe you ski. You can talk about, oh, where do you ski? I ski here. And maybe that's something that you have in common. Good. By having commonality with the customer, it makes the process much easier. Building a friendship is what I like to do. So, talk about the injury. How'd you do it? Maybe you can show them exercises to help strengthen up that knee. So maybe it's extensions, or maybe it's doing some squats or lunges and things that can build up the muscles around the knee. It's going to help them in future activities that they may want to do. So my second question, injuries, find out about the injury. Third question, have you picked out a place for the product to go? Where are you putting this in your home? We're putting it in a bedroom. Oh, what else do you have in the room? Do you have any other equipment in the room? Do you have a TV? Do you have a bed? We want to find out approximately how much space they're working with in their room without asking the question, how much space do you have? Because if you ask that, that's a reason for them to leave the store. You say, how much space do you have? They're going to go, you know what, I'm not sure. I need to go home and measure. Have a nice day. And then they walk out. For the most part. That's one of the objections we get at the end of a sale. Normally customers will go, yeah, we like this, but you know what, we really need to go home and measure. Okay? I want to try to get rid of that objection early on. So if I ask it, are we putting this in a second, in a second bedroom, or where are you putting this? Oh, we're putting it in a second bedroom. I find out about the room. Based upon that, I can make sure I'm showing a product that will fit. If they have very tight space, I'm not going to show them an FT2. I'm going to show them something a little bit smaller. I might show them a body lift, or I might show them something a bit smaller than an FT2, maybe even an FT1, because it's a bit smaller as well. So I want to find out a little bit about the room. So that's my third question. Now notice my questions are really enabling me to branch out. I ask a lot of questions, because if you think about it, it's like getting directions to go somewhere. This is a roadmap to help them get fit. So if I don't ask the right questions, I'm not going to make sure I'm going down the right path to help them get fit. So I ask a lot of questions so I get a lot of good information. Now, sometimes you'll ask a customer, now who's the product for? And they'll tell you their life story. They'll tell you everything about them and their family and all these wonderful things. And with one question, you know everything you need to know and you can show them a product. Other customers, you'll ask them question after question after question, and it's yes, no, yes, no. And they don't answer anything, and you're trying to figure out where to take them. So just keep asking questions until they warm up, okay? So my fourth and final question is, what do you currently do? What activities are you currently doing? What kind of fitness activities? Are you currently exercising? What types of exercising? So I can ask it in many different ways. Oh yeah, we exercise at the club. Oh really, what kind of stuff do you do at the club? Oh, we do free weights. Do you do the cardio? Do you do treadmills? Do you have anything at home? I want to find out what types of exercise they're currently doing today. Because if they're not doing anything at all, they're going to be a novice, so we have to be careful on what we talk to them about. They're not going to know what functional training is if they haven't worked out in 10 years, especially with resistance training. Okay? Maybe all they do is the treadmill 3 times a week and that's it. And they've done that for 10 years and they're not getting the results they want, and now they're looking for something to help them get stronger. And so talking about functional, you're going to have to really explain to them what it is and what it's about. Where the guy that's been working out 3 to 4 times a week with weights, they're going to understand resistance training. And you'll be able to take them through the products and they'll be able to get it. So to me, it's kind of, that question helps me figure out how knowledgeable the customer is before I start to show them equipment as well. Now, once we've done that, we're ready to start showing equipment.